Welcome to the Dave's podcast on fitness and well-being, where we actually care about the guest. I'm here today with Leke Duyele. How are you doing, Leke?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm really good, man. Where are you from, actually?
I'm from Ireland.
You know what? I really wasn't expecting you to be from Ireland. I don't know. I just hear that Irish accent, and it came out of nowhere. I mean, I expect most of the pages I see to be from like America.
Yeah, that's true because I was even thinking a lot of people would probably think I'm from America because I took the Ireland out of my bio. And
Yeah, definitely.
all you see is gym stuff and nobody actually knows.
Do you actually follow any of those American influencers? Because I've kind of seen like a lot of them in the fitness industry, like Carl Curvey. Maybe you've heard of him before.
Of course, man, that's just a must. I have to follow them because they influence me. They're the people I hear from. And obviously when there's someone big in the industry, they're the people you want to actually gain knowledge from. You actually want to learn from them and you actually want to look up to them. So that's a definite you
Of
I'd
course,
say
yeah,
every fitness page is following them.
100%. And also try and communicate with them and like even collaborate with them if you can.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Like a bit of networking.
For sure. I mean, I've contacted Kyle, but I think he's seen my 150 followers and thought to himself, "Who the hell is this kid?" You know what I mean?
You you won't believe the funniest thing that happened last week. I don't know if you know Mosiah Pinder. I think that's his name.
I
I was just
don't
on
think
his
I do.
live for the crack,
Yeah, go on.
and he's a big influencer, and I was requested to join a few times, and obviously I didn't think he was going to allow me to join, and then I just see the bubble loading up with my request being accepted, and I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? And
Well,
then
I
your man
suppose like
was
when you
actually
join,
on
you
the
don't know what
call.
to say. You don't know what to say, do you?
Exactly. And then the thing started cracking off. The signal was going off, so I couldn't hear him. And it was just like that slight bit of anticipation. There was just something that felt awkward. But
Yeah.
then we sort of got back on track, and it felt quite good to talk to him. And as well, a lot of people might try to DM, all these people that are big in the industry. Obviously, you shouldn't be expecting a reply so easily. It could be something that could take a while, such
100%.
as, for instance, would you know Brazilian Blues? He'd be a big page. He does
I think you know a
amazing
lot more
stuff,
influencers than
amazing
me.
content.
Tell me who he is. Tell me who it is. Go on.
So what he posts crazy stuff. He'll be doing backflip push-ups, that
Backflip
sort of stuff
push-ups.
that I
Wait,
try
like
to implement. Yeah.
a push-up with a backflip in it.
Oh no, no.
Yeah, I
He'll
was
do
like,
like a backflip push-up. He just switches it up and makes stuff look cool.
fair,
It's
yeah.
almost like what I'm kind of doing at the moment. So I reached out to his mom, and a week after that, his mom texts me, "I'm with my son right now." And then he saw my messages and he's just like, keep all of this up and everything.
Wait.
And
This is a weird strategy. You text. Wait, you message his mum.
yeah, because I messaged him first, but obviously he wasn't gonna open that DM. He's probably flooded with about he could be flooded with about 10K messages a day. You
Yeah, fair
never know.
enough. But how did you get his
So
mum's contact details? Like, what's that?
I saw his mom in a post.
Right. Okay.
So then that's when I said, okay, he's probably not gonna see. Let me chance my luck and I'll see what happens here. And then a week later, it just seemed to work. He then opened my messages
Right.
and he responded to the video I sent him, and he said this is very cool. Keep this up and everything. And so I was just like, thanks, brother. I really appreciate that and everything. I didn't want to be in his ass the whole time, because
Yeah, 100%.
that's something that's something people need to try avoid. You can't just
Fanboying, you
be
mean?
go
Like
you
messaging all the time, replying to all
yeah,
stories,
you
that type
you
of thing.
can't be going all over Instagram texting Gymshark this and that and plaguing them. Yeah, because that could actually interfere with your engagement, and those
Definitely.
companies, they probably receive a lot of text from people, so you obviously don't want to be spamming them or trying to make situations look awkward. So that's why I try to take my time. Like
100%.
Rome wasn't built in a day. This is a
Exactly.
slow process.
Exactly. I really
I'm
like that
I'm trying
saying.
to network with my friends first, other people within my niche, other people who have fitness pages who would have maybe the same amount of followers I have. I try to talk to them first, and then maybe sometimes I just text celebrities, and I'm like, oh well, whether they see it or not, it's not the end of the
You're
world,
shooting your
obviously.
shot.
Like,
You're shooting your shot, basically.
yeah, shooting my shot, and it's worth doing. And like, I am gonna try to soon be texting more people. And the more followers I grow, it'll be more likely for me to be more visible and for them to actually see me
They'll
and be
start
able to
knowing who
respond
you
to me.
are. Yeah, and I think
That's
like
exactly it, bro.
when you grow a business, I think you need to actually be concentrating on the local scale before you actually start branching out, that type of thing.
That's exactly it. Like, and like, people, they could think you're just looking for attention or all this type of stuff, even though that's exactly what I'm not doing. I'm
I
just,
think maybe at the
I just
start,
look up to them.
that was
Yeah,
kind of what you were doing. Because in my case, it kind of was as well. I was kind of doing this. I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe if I get enormous, I may get a bit more attention from the ladies. That type of thing.
yeah, that's exactly it, man. And one other instance I had was one influencer had commented on my picture before.
Oh, he
And
started like for other people as well.
sorry?
He started for other people as well, like not for his own sake.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And even though it's one person, that's still big, because it's actually about the quality as well over quantity. If like someone people are commenting on your post, if it's from someone who had, like, let's say 3K followers or whatever, like, that's very less likely to happen. But even if it's just that one person, that can actually be in such a way that's like a power comment, and that's what can actually make your post rank on the explore page more,
I see what
because
you mean.
Instagram actually take that in.
Because someone that matters for the Instagram algorithm is actually commenting
Exactly.
on your thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, everything with Instagram, I think, is actually, a lot of it is quality.
100%. But do you like care more about comments than you do likes? What is more important for you? Like when you're thinking about a fitness page and growing one, what would be more important for someone starting? More
It's
likes,
definitely,
comments.
it is definitely comments in the new algorithm. Definitely comments.
And how do you get comments actually? Because
Um,
you just like interact with people, or like what's your method of doing that?
yeah, like you're saying, you would interact with people. I'm following people who share the same wants and needs as me. I go onto their posts, I actually comment, like, meaningful stuff, and I do that for quite a period of time, and then they're going to actually start doing the same. And this strategy has worked very effectively for me. And as well as that, another tip you could do: respond to every comment you have. You could even respond, you can ask them questions, because this is
That's
actually
something
going
you
to
do.
boost
That is something you do, in
engagement.
fact, because
That is something I do, and it works.
yeah, definitely. Because and your comments are actually personalized as well. You actually
Yeah.
care about the people that are commenting on your
You have to,
content, and you
if
kind of show that.
Instagram know you care about your clients, that can help you grow.
Fair. And are you
And it
planning on
shows
taking this into a
your
business? Are you planning
yeah,
on
I was
developing?
just going to discuss the business now. If you're actually replying and giving good feedback, and you're actually not just replying for the sake of replying, like, oh, cool, bro, thanks, or whatever. If you actually like, add something productive, you talk and say something that's like motivating for them, this can be something that's going to be very good for your business, because it's actually going to build your loyalty. Like, people are going to be more loyal to you, and these followers, you can actually turn them into fans. And like, building a fan base can be that can be actually crucial if you want your business to succeed, or you really want to, like, scale, and you really want to like, grow followers like mad. Then
Yeah,
that's definitely something you should do.
but also
Because
I think when you talk about quality, yeah, go ahead,
once
go ahead.
clients know you care about them, they're really gonna like you. They're gonna actually trust you as well. And that's something that's happening for me. I get DMs, people say amazing stuff about my content. I reply to them, show, like, my level of appreciation. And once they see that, they're just gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, 100%. Because if you show that they're interacting, they'll want to continue interacting for more of that interaction. It's kind of like a snowball effect, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I had a question for you, but I lost my train of thought there. So I was
Take
gonna
your
say,
time, bro.
I was gonna say like 1,000 core fans. That's what that made me think of. When you're talking about converting, prospective clients into actual fans. That's all you really need. to actually start your business. And yeah, that was the question I was going to ask
Exactly.
you. That was the question I was going to ask you. How are you planning on turning this into a business?
Um, the one plan I'm actually experimenting with is I'm given like, let's say these plans wouldn't be like these plans wouldn't be like there's so much into it. I'm already putting like a lot of my energy into creating like a full program, and that's going to be like where it's going to have a whole package of everything a client will need if they want to get started with training. But what I'm doing is I'm giving, let's say, half the value of that product that I'm going to sell, and I'm going to be giving that to people for free, so they sort of like get a taste of what they get a taste of the service I'm actually going to be selling to them.
So they can see
And
the
once
quality.
they actually like this for free, like they're actually gonna they probably want to buy from me later. And as well, it's gonna like help my page to grow because people are gonna like me for actually giving stuff for free. So that's one method I'm actually using at the moment. And then
Definitely.
the rest then I just have to see how it goes, you know.
So
It's
you're
all about
providing value.
experience.
You're providing
So,
value first,
yeah,
and then
that's it.
yeah, making a profit after, which is probably the best way to do
Yeah,
things, I'd say. Yeah,
exactly.
I did have a question for you, and this was kind of on mindset, because I think you've had moments where you wanted to stop doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
but why didn't you stop? And like, what was making you want to stop doing what you're doing now?
But you see, it took me a lot of time to actually decide to start off with a fitness page. Um, like it was kind of just to do it, you know, the society, you know, there can be a lot of negatives in social media.
Yeah,
You know, I was sort of like having anxiety that, you know, people could be judgmental. They could say stuff to me that could bring me down. And like, you know, I can be sensitive at times. And yeah, like it was just, it was kind of me, myself, kind of putting too much pressure on myself in a sort of way. Whereas, like in reality, all I had to do is, you know, just sort of brush it off, have a positive mindset, and say, look, I'm gonna post whether people like it or not. Like this is just a fitness page. It's not only about me, but it's actually about my audience as well. You know, I have to try bring something new to the table. You know, content that they're gonna enjoy, but also content that's gonna actually provide value.
of
And
course, and
like
help them with whatever they're doing. Yeah,
yeah, it's about helping them as well. And like the first few weeks might have been a bit tough, like because maybe I wasn't seeing as much growth.
yeah,
And you know, everyone feels like giving up at the start, you know, it's natural. But like since now, like everything seems to be sort of going like well, even though there are a few days where things might feel like it's going downhill. But like I'm never gonna give up regardless. Like it's about actually
that's
just
the right attitude.
keep going and stay consistent. Like consistency is actually key. Like and
100%.
like all those sort of negative feelings, they just sort of slip and fade away. Like so at the moment, I seem to be dealing well with what I'm doing.
That's really good. But what have these negatives been like? Have you been getting DMs saying stop what you're doing, like that type of thing? Have you had that?
Um, Not necessarily, but I have had someone. He could have been jealous. He had a fitness page. Like he wasn't as big as me. He was from Ireland and he was my age. And then he started saying like that I bought followers and everything. And then
Okay.
I'm like, look at my comments and everything, like, and I'm like, just because I'm working hard and doing something, like, and you're not getting it, why should you take that out on me? Because this guy was probably posting once or twice a week. You know,
Yeah.
I'm posting. I think I'm posting about 5 times a week, literally. I'm trying to actually post as much as possible, and I'm trying to focus on my captions as well. I'm trying to focus on the quality of my photos. And then after that, he took a video of my TikTok and he made like a few edits actually mocking what I did, like. And you know, at the end then I just had to kind of laugh and just, you know, say like people can be jealous, like it's common.
That's the thing. People don't want to see you succeed, and I've had this
Yeah,
before because I was doing beat making before I started the fitness thing.
yeah,
I had the common, wanting to give up at the start, that type of thing. And after a while, I did because everyone was asking me, "Are you making money yet? Are you making sales?" And I was like, "No, it takes time. You've got to develop that reputation first. People have to know who you are before they'll trust you." And I stopped doing it because of what other people thought.
See, I mean, what other people think can be such a powerful effect that it could almost just make you stop what you're doing. And like, it takes a lot of willpower to actually, just say, fuck what people think, it's about me at the end of the day. And it's something that's hard, but it's a skill that's important to actually learn
Yep,
because
perseverance,
everybody's going to be judged in society.
100%,
Like, I'm
definitely.
sure, like, that was the only guy that could actually say to my face and try to mock me, like,
Yeah, you'll go
because
around
I
his
know,
house
like,
otherwise.
yeah, so some might be scared to mock me,
Yeah.
but like, I'm sure there are people like behind my back that they're like, man, what is this guy doing? Like, why is he doing a fitness page? He probably thinks he's so ahead of the rest of the people, but like, I'm not. Like, I'm trying to actually use my talent because this talent could be something I could get a job out of. Imagine you have a job that you're actually enjoying doing, like,
Yeah, one that isn't actually work. Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah.
But another thing, right, I can kind of understand this anger that comes from certain people because this guy that was, talking shit about you, maybe he just doesn't understand Instagram, right? Because I could totally
Hmm.
understand that, if that's the case.
Yeah.
I had a
And
meme
some people
page.
some people
Yeah,
can
go on.
just think that once this guy's doing it and they're not seeing results, then they just seem to get jealous. Like,
Mm,
it happens even with my physique at such a young age. So many people come, they're like, I train 5 to 6 times a week, I work hard. You're definitely taking something. They can simply just go off into their own assumptions and just think, I take steroids, or whatever they may think. But like myself, I know, like, I'm 100% drug free. Like, I put in actually a serious amount of work. I make so many sacrifices for what I do. When I train, I go through pain, and I'm used to that pain because I know that pain's gonna take me one step closer to turning my visions into reality. And that's just how it's been going ever since.
that's good. Yeah, and that's what you need to continue doing. Focus on
Yeah,
quality.
it's
Because
it's, it's all about the mindset.
some people out there, they don't understand hashtags. I mean, I've seen some pages with,
That was one exact
yeah,
thing as well.
like thousands. People. Some people have thousands of posts, and they have like one follower per post, and that's kind of. I think like you've kind of got to know when to stop as well. You know,
Mhm.
if you're really not
Like, one
making it.
follower per post, if you had only kind of recently started, would probably be good. Like, but
Yeah, definitely.
if you're doing the same hashtags and you've had your page for months and you're seeing them results, then it might not be quite good.
Yeah, just stop.
Yeah. Hashtags, I see it on YouTube videos. I watch Gary V videos.
Yeah, of
He
course.
addresses the hashtags, and like, you have to use hashtags the right way.
Definitely. And even like right now, I think it's probably because I have a new page. But my hashtags are just not working. I think you have to get like a decent
it,
amount
it,
of
it is
viewership
tough
before.
to it is really tough to do hashtags though. I won't lie about that.
Because I did it on my meme page. Because I stopped my meme page as well. It's like I've stopped so many things. I'm like the worst example of a quitter because I quit this, that, and
Hmm.
other shit.
It's tough, man.
Definitely. And this is something that I need to push forward with. So you said you're like 100% drug free. Have you ever been tempted to take any drugs that could boost your physique or not? Yeah. Did you ever think of taking drugs? Were you ever like persuaded to do it? No, not persuaded. Were you ever tempted to take drugs?
Definitely 100. Like, there's obviously going to be a time you're at the gym and it comes up to your mind. You're just like, oh, I feel like this could get me next level. This could be the supplement I could take that'll make me get veins, will make me look and get to the shape I want to faster. But the thing is, nobody actually understands what steroids are. And I know exactly what steroids are because I've done like so much research about steroids, and like, I've looked at the side effects of steroids, and I really have like a good understanding of steroids. And it's actually the side effects that's just telling me that, look, definitely don't do this. You have to work with like a good diet. I have good genetics. Like, most especially when you're at a young age, if you're like in your early 20s or whatever, like, at this time your male hormones and testosterone are going to be at its maximum. And like, if you actually train well, let's say you're training legs twice a week and you're training consistently, then that itself as well is going to help you trigger the rate of protein synthesis faster.
Oh, so
And like,
you don't believe in like protein shakes either then?
well, protein shakes, I don't really see anything wrong with that. But obviously, you want to try to get protein in your diet first
Yeah, of
before you
course.
start taking protein. Protein should be a supplement, not like a meal replacement. It should be something you add on top of your meals. Let's say if you feel you don't get enough of this or you don't get enough of that. It's the same like, a lot of people take fish oils or, they'll take vitamin D,
I think
most
fish oils are
especially with
necessary
the type
though,
of weather.
aren't they? With the omega oil
Um,
and that, like it's important.
oh yeah, beneficial like for the functioning of your brain, for your heart. It's actually very important. And like, my country now in Ireland, the weather's very bad. A lot
Yeah.
of people I think should be taking like, vitamin D supplements.
Sorry,
And
my
because we
eyes
don't
going
get
a bit
enough
strange.
sunlight.
My eyes
We
going a bit.
just don't get enough sun.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, it's Ireland, isn't it? It's like in England. The weather's shit all the time. I'm guessing.
Yeah. But right now, like, my mind is 100% like, look, just you can use natural supplements, but just don't go for steroids. Like, I'm not even competing, most especially if I'm not competing. Like, I just hate when you see young lads and they want to take steroids just to look good, to go to the beach and
Are you
everything. It
planning? Are you
makes no
planning
sense
on
at all.
competing or not? Is that in your plans or not?
Um, it actually is in my plans. I think I have what it takes to compete,
Definitely.
most especially at this age, and like just to see how far things go.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe join IFBB.
Yeah, well, if it's that big, you never know. You never know.
Well, it could happen. It could happen.
Yeah, it could happen. Like,
Because so, what would you recommend for someone that's starting to lose weight, or maybe even start to get buff? Because there are a lot of people out there that have no idea, what to actually do to gain muscle, the type of exercises you should be doing, sets, time under tension, all that type of thing. What would you recommend?
hmm um, like if you're a beginner, you obviously want to start off with the most basic exercises. That's what I did. I started off doing normal stuff like push-ups, even squats without the weight, or even you can be doing curls. You want to actually perfect your form first, and then you can move on to the more advanced movements such as
Especially with
like
push-ups. Especially with
deadlifts.
push-ups.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Exactly.
I've seen so many awful form. Especially sorry to call out these
Yeah, and
people,
it's
but
it's such a basic
CrossFitters,
exercise as well.
CrossFitters. Have you
Yeah.
seen CrossFit
Do-
push-ups?
oh man, their pull-ups are even worse, man. It
No,
drives me nuts.
really.
Stretch you hear and listen. Next door, give it to you. Fuck wait for you to get it on your own. Next door, deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's free.
I've never seen a CrossFit pull-up, so I couldn't tell you.
It's awful. Like, it's swinging. I'd say it's good for cardiovascularity, but
Yeah,
yeah, their form is just completely off. Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. And like military push-up, I'd say start with military push-ups. I mean, I'm not sure what you think,
yeah,
but elbows stuck to your torso, basically.
exactly. Because there are ways you can actually make the workout harder, and that's actually going to help more for progressive overload. And like anyone should be able to do them, to be honest. It doesn't really require like equipment. Just find some split space, do some push-ups. You do 2 sets of like normal grip push-ups, then you can transition into close grip, then you can do like incline and decline, and like that's a full-on chest session itself. Like,
Yeah, definitely. And when you're talking about sets, like how many push-ups would you do, or would you recommend someone? No, not would you do. Would someone that starts do, or you do?
I, I'd usually say get like 2 sets of each. That way you're actually getting the best of both worlds, because you're gonna target every part, and you're still gonna have like 2 sets done on each. And if you feel that that's not enough, you can maybe do 3 or 4 sets, or you can pick a specific part that you want to get more sets on. Let's say if your upper chest seems to be weaker than your lower chest, you can do more sets on your upper chest, and then you can do like less sets for your lower chest.
Fair. And what would
Something
you
like
recommend
that.
for reps? The amount of reps you should be doing push-ups. Do you think?
Um, I used to always do like reps until failure at the start, but I think you're better off maybe going to about like 70%. Let's say you do reps
So
where you feel
70%
you
of your
could.
maximum every
Yeah,
set you
that's
do.
what I mean.
Okay.
And that would be like maybe you'd have like 2 or 3 reps that you know you could do, because this way you're not going to actually like fully burn out or make your muscles depleted before you actually want to progress onto your next few sets,
Fair
because
enough.
that was a mistake I used to make myself.
So you depleted your muscles too early before you actually had the
Yeah.
chance to develop anything, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after half an hour I'm like already tired, and then it's a struggle then for the last few minutes of your sets.
I only work out for like half an hour actually. When I do my things, it's often like really, quick, but my body's like hurting after. You know what I mean? So I seem to manage to do the quick body hurting and then slight development. I seem to manage to do that. But what would you recommend for the like the time frame of an exercise session?
Usually like everyone trains, about an hour to an hour and a half on average. Like, let's say for if you're advanced, like there's nothing wrong with getting 2 hours. Like there's some people who do like 2 sessions a day. They do one in the morning, that's 2 hours, and then they go back in the evening for another 2 hours, which is actually ridiculous.
And there are
But
people like
like
you that do 4-hour sessions.
I do it sometimes actually, but like one hour or 1.5 is actually plenty. Like,
Yeah. So an hour and
and
a half.
let's
Fair
say,
enough.
yeah, exactly. And if you want a short session, like maybe 40 minutes or whatever, that's when you'd kind of want to be doing something intense, like you're going reps to failure, or you're doing like hit cardio or whatever. Like,
So reps till failure on every set, or just like one set reps till failure?
I'd say every set. If you're only training for 30 minutes, you want a fast workout, then go for high reps and short breaks.
Because a lot of people, they say, no pain, no gain is false. Some people say that. They say if you go
Mhm.
to pain, your body's hurting. You shouldn't be doing that. It's probably dangerous. Do you believe that, or do you think you should go through pain?
That's a myth, because if you feel pain in your joints, you are doing your exercises wrong, and that's when you should stop. If you're feeling pain in your muscles, that's lactic acid actually building up in your muscles. And lactic acid is what makes your muscles grow, because each time you're going to tear down more muscle fibers. And each time you tear down muscle fibers, your muscle fibers are going to repair and grow bigger than the last time. So if you feel pain in the muscles, that's a good sign. And when you get used to it, your recovery will start to speed up. So it's
So
it's like with plyometrics. They might say plyometrics is bad for you, but if you know how to do it right, it's not. It's all about just knowing how to do things right.
yeah, and well, what would you say is the worst case scenario if you did fuck something up? It'd be pulling a muscle, wouldn't it? If you did maybe go past failure, you might pull a muscle. Worst case scenario.
Shit, like anyone could get injured badly. There's no doubt about that. Um, Stuff like squatting, let's say, if you pull a muscle in your hamstring or the knees, you're like ACL. Like if it's the ACL, you're absolutely gone. Like,
Well, how,
whereas
how long
if
are you
it's
out though?
and like an ACL will require surgery. I've heard
Shit.
of
Okay.
people who have had injuries with ACLs, and I'm surprised I haven't. I'm
What's your
actually
worst injury?
surprised.
What's your worst injury actually?
I just never seem to get injured or anything. I don't know
Don't
if
don't
it's
say
because I
that, bro.
have.
Have you got any wood
I,
nearby? Are you touching that wood? Are you saying Touchwood or not? Because you should be saying that. Bro, next
well,
session you're gonna injure yourself, man. You've jinxed it. You've jinxed it.
well, it could be. My body could be good. There's some people. It's like if you say, "Do you ever fall sick?" Some will say no because they have a good immune system. But I just never really seem to get injured, even when I take my training seriously. But the worst injury I have had is I think I had a rotator cuff injury. I wouldn't say I fully like pulled the muscle, but
Yeah.
I did feel like a slight tear, and it went on for like I think about 4 weeks. So I just
Damn.
had to really take it easy, and that's been the worst case scenario.
4 weeks. That's not too bad for someone that is.
Yeah, like for me, like that's honestly not too bad.
Yeah. How long have you been doing
Oh,
this as well?
how long have I been training?
Yeah.
Um, I've been training for like slightly over 5 years now.
Damn. Okay. Well, so you started when you were 13.
Yeah, I actually literally
Wow.
got my first membership just after I turned 13.
That is incredible. That's that's
Oh, I
insane.
forgot to say I
Yeah.
had a bad injury with my lower back. I
Right.
was competing at the time. My adrenaline was up. I think I deadlifted 105 kg for 63 reps,
Wait.
and
How old were you then?
I was 17.
Okay. Right.
And all of a sudden, the next day, I just felt shock coming in, and it all just started to get worse.
And
Like
how
I
long were you
was
out
in
for?
quite a good bit of pain. I think that was literally a month as well. But I
Only a
did. I,
month.
I went back to train. Yeah, I went back to train in like the second or third week, but I was only doing cardio because that wouldn't have put any stress on my lower back.
Actually, cardio to get back on cardio. Um, can it be detrimental to muscle growth or not?
Um, that's something as well. That the simple answer for that is no. If you do it right, cardio isn't going to affect your gains. Cardio can actually be a good way to increase your gains if you do it right.
Is it because you get the blood pumping? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like everyone needs cardio. It's good for your heart health, but as well as that, like it could help you get like rid of, water weight, and like your muscles might appear to look like more lean and more full. And like cardio is something I like to do, like during the summer, because like after bulking, I might lose my abs. I
Yeah.
might not, my physique might not look good. So during summer, I try to do my strength training, and then after that, I do maybe like about 30 minutes of cardio, and that's like enough to keep me going. So like
Fair enough.
the
Yeah.
worst thing, the one thing you'd want to avoid is doing too much of cardio. That's the mistake people can make, and I've done it before.
And if you
When
do too
you're
much
running
cardio,
on
what happens?
that, you can lose fat and muscle on top of it.
Right. Okay.
And if you lose muscle, like it's going to be quite shit. Like it's going to be
Well, yeah,
quite
of
shit.
course. I mean, that's not exactly the objective, is it? We don't want to lose muscle.
Exactly. Like anyone could run on the treadmill for like 1 or 2 hours.
Well, I'd say like just do a couple miles a week. You don't need to go over.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've got. I think I'm trying to do 3 miles a week. That
Hmm.
seems, enough.
Yeah, that would definitely be enough. And like I prefer now to do my cardio in a HIIT cardio type of fashion.
Fair
That's
enough.
where
Yeah,
like
high
do
intensity.
something really intense like sprinting, or even the ropes, or a bit of boxing. That's the
Can you
type of
do
cardio I enjoy.
rope tricks and shit or not? Are you on that
Oh, I
side?
can. I'm very good with the ropes. I love them.
Oh, fair, fair, fair. Okay, I've got a really important question actually, because a lot of people that start fitness, they want the six pack. That's what people are looking for. Those six pack abs. Um, will doing crunches get you a six pack, or is it all to do with diet, or is it kind of a mix of both?
Um, it'd be more to do with diet, honestly. You might do like 1,000 sit-ups, 1,000 like oblique crunches or whatever, and you might see like you're not getting results. And I've been in this situation, and you see it everywhere. They say abs are made in the kitchen. I'm sure you've been aware of that term.
I've heard it. Yeah.
And like diet is what's going to kind of help you to reduce lower your body fat percentage. And when you lower your body fat percentage, your abs are actually going to look more visible. So like you still want to train abs, but you want to focus mainly on your diet. And as well as that, crunches just don't seem to really be as effective. It can be good for toning your abs, but you would want to focus more on stuff like the hanging leg raises, and like the like knee
What about
crunches while you're on the bar or something.
normal leg raises, like ones when you're lying down?
Oh yeah, even those, like you're holding on to something and you're lying flat and you do leg raises. I think that's a very good exercise.
Because I think in all logic, if you lose your body fat percentage, well, if you you try and reduce your body fat percentage and you also tone your abs, surely it's that
Mhm.
toning of abs that will make your abs look more powerful. No,
Yeah,
so a mix of diet and exercise then in that case, but more diet than
yeah. You
exercise.
want to combine those. What type of diet?
Yeah, no. What type of diet would you take? Yeah, go on, give us some tips on that.
Um, it's mainly just a diet where you're maybe in a slight calorie deficit. Obviously, you don't want the deficit to be too much. You'd only want it to be slightly, because like they say it everywhere that it's mainly a caloric deficit that's going to help you to lose weight. You might do like so much exercise, but like if you don't get your diet right, you're not going to actually lose weight and start seeing results. Or another way I think could help is doing stuff like the keto diet. But that's
Keto, yeah.
probably, like, you see, diets are more for the short term. Like there's still a lot I don't know about diet, because diet can be very like it can be very confusing. You research this online and they say it's good for you. You research from another site, they say it's bad for you.
Yeah, I know what
And
you mean.
like,
But isn't it, with
yeah,
diets,
exactly.
macros are the only thing that are really important, aren't they? As long as you're hitting the daily protein amount, that
Yeah,
type of thing, you're fine.
yeah.
Protein,
I,
carbs
I stopped
daily.
I actually stopped counting my calories. Like you're saying there with the macros, I focus more on the quality of what I'm actually putting into my body. Like if I'm getting the right type of protein, like the main thing you want to do if you're considering building muscle is you'd want to make sure you're getting enough protein,
Yeah,
and then you can
eggs.
make sure maybe you keep your carbs low or your fat low. You just want one of them to be low, so it's in such a way you're getting like, let's say, moderate carbs, low fat, high protein, or let's say moderate fat, high protein, and low carbs. Something like that is the common type of way you'd want to do it.
So either low fat or low carbs, or both. You just want one of the two that are low, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
think going low on carbs is more effective for actually losing weight. Which I've just seem to be seeing a lot of stuff, like the keto diets, the low carb diets, and they seem to say like if you keep your fats high, and once you actually keep your carbs low, you'll start to lose weight because your body goes into ketosis. And I'd say it's true.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. And how would you keep a six pack whilst also bulking? Because surely bulking makes you a bit fatter, maybe increases your body fat
Exactly.
percentage. So how would you go about doing that? Because that's actually something
You'd
I'm
want
I'm interested in.
to you'd want to do a lean bulk. And a lean bulk is literally, again, you're focusing mainly on the quality of your calories, but then you're still at a caloric surplus. So for lean bulks, let's say if I make a plan for a lean bulk, I add stuff that are actually high in protein, because that's going to help you to actually gain some size. But as well, protein can be good for also losing weight, because it can actually it'll sort of like decrease your appetite and make you feel more full. And like protein is something that's slow digesting, and your body actually has to like fire up to actually burn those calories. And in that term, that's sort of going to speed up your metabolism. And once you train, you're going to be burning calories throughout the whole day. So you definitely want to focus on high protein. And like you if you want to get carbs, you need to know the difference between like the complex carbs and like refined carbs. Because if you're eating a shitload of like crisps or burgers and all
Yeah.
that type of stuff, that's going to be good for a dirty bulk, but it's going to be bad for a lean bulk. So you want to focus on stuff like, let's say, like quinoa, some brown rice, and you probably won't even need to worry about the quantity. You can just eat as much of it as you want, like,
And should
and
you
still
should you
manage to
be
bulk
like
up.
reducing chocolate and stuff? Because I've recently started eating chocolate again. I don't know why, but I've recently
Yeah,
started eating
exactly.
chocolate again.
Like them stuff where all the processed type of carbs.
Yeah.
So like if you're lean bulking, you'd want to try limit them as much as possible. Like let's say you could obviously still have a cheat meal, but you don't want to be focusing too much on that eating shit, because that stuff isn't going to help you.
100%. No, I need to stop doing that. That's just something I can cut from one day to the next, though. You know, I can
Yeah.
keep the Twix away.
Once you actually stick to a plan, and let's say if you know what time you should eat, you could like set a time. Let's say you can have chocolate at like 8 o'clock, and then once it's like past 9 o'clock, then that's when you actually stop like eating all the sugary type of stuff, and you focus on, you know, the quality stuff like chicken and rice, some broccoli or whatever, and your body and mind is actually going to sort of get used to it.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so we'll take it as an exception, almost.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
and you're still kind of rewarding yourself as well.
I was going to say, you haven't talked about eggs yet. I'm a bit disappointed. Where are the eggs at? I haven't heard eggs once.
Eggs. Eggs are actually one of my favorite sources of protein
I was going to say, where are the eggs
because
been all this time?
they're filled with all these, you know, amino acids and everything. They're so easy to cook. Like,
You've got to be
you
shit
can boil
to
them,
not
you
cook
can
an
fry
egg.
them, you can do whatever you want with them, and just add them to your meals.
But some
Like
people
I
can't cook.
eat about.
Some people just can't cook, you know. I mean, I can cook eggs, but some people literally just can't even, you know, do scrambled eggs.
Exactly.
So,
Like,
you know,
I can cook very well, but sometimes I don't have the time. You know, if I want a quick breakfast,
yeah,
I
I know what
just
you mean.
fry my eggs. I can put them on a sandwich or whatever.
But since
So
you're alone in an
eggs,
apartment, isn't it kind of hard to keep up with cooking and stuff? Because I know that when I was in my uni apartment, I mean, I'm currently at home, but when I was in my uni apartment, bro, cooking was like my last priority. It was the thing that I dreaded doing.
um, I'm not too busy with my course at the moment, but
Fair.
what you can do is, if you don't have time, grab yourself, you know, some containers, like enough to last you a week. You can do your prep, like, you know, the night before you actually start uni, and that way you'll be able to store all your food in the fridge, and then you can like take it out and reheat it, and at whatever time you want. So I think meal prepping would probably be the way to go for someone like you, who, like you
Fair
said,
enough.
you might be quite busy, you might feel you don't have time to cook.
Not
So
busy,
definitely do
not
meal
busy.
prepping.
Just don't want to cook.
Or don't, or if you're lazy, yeah, because
Yeah.
you could do all the work one day and then like you could take a break then for the week.
Okay, I do like the sound of that. Also, I would recommend getting other people to cook for you if possible. That is also a good option.
If you can get someone to cook for you, why not?
I mean,
You know, I'm
that's
good
what I
at
could do.
cooking.
What would you recommend for people starting up a new Instagram fitness page?
I definitely say you want to be sort of unique and authentic. You don't want to go imitating other fitness influencers just because they take a picture and they're posing in this sort of way. You wouldn't want to actually copy and do exactly what they're doing and think it's going to work for you, because like stuff might not work for everyone. You want to like sort of do what works for you. If you're, let's say, talented in one area, then that's what you want to sort of do, because it's actually about what your audience see as well. You know, your audience want to see you're unique. They want to see you're also able to bring good content, something that's like able to resonate like with them, and
Mm.
can channel, can channel emotions, because it's all about emotions. If they can feel these emotions, they'll actually comment their emotions in your posts. And like I mean, like, even companies, they're always looking out for it. If they see you're copying someone, they're not going to like it. They're looking for people who are actually unique and doing something good that works for them. Like, so definitely you just want to sort of be unique and authentic.
Do your own thing and not copy others. And yeah,
Exactly.
also I think we said it earlier, but quality, not quantity. And by not
Yeah.
quantity, do not post 6 times a day, please. Don't do that.
It's just, Instagram is a platform with the new algorithm and everything. It's sort of like quantity. I think quantity has always been better than quality. Like, you know, if you get a good quality,
No,
they're
it
going to see
depends.
that.
It depends. I mean, like if you've got a mix of quality and quantity, that's good,
Well,
right? But if
well,
you're
a
doing
mix,
pure
yeah.
quantity, like I've seen some pages that I told you earlier, like they have so many posts and they have no followers, and you think, why are you doing this?
Hmm.
There is a
Well,
point where
I mean, if
you got to stop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if you're able to get quality and quantity together, then kind of go for it. And when I mean this, I'd say like maybe be posting twice a day, but you'd want those posts to be high quality.
Of course.
And I don't think like posting 5 times a day would work, because you're going to run out of content ideas. The next day you might not know what to post, and then you might start posting like something that's bad, something that your audience might not like. So that's why I'd say at most, if you want to kind of go for quantity as well, post twice a day and make sure that those pictures are of high quality. And by high quality, I mean that the camera is high quality, high definition.
Yeah.
Maybe you have like a nice background, and like maybe you can even type out like an educational caption. An educational caption can kind of work because people might want to save that post and read it for later, and it might actually give value to someone and help them. And people actually like to read like long stuff that you've typed out that have like good vocabulary, or you're just talking about like something that's controversial, like a topic that everyone's interested in about.
100%
And that's
actually.
that's
Yeah.
that's that's actually going to be a very good way to get good engagement, actually.
And I had
And
that recently. I had that recently on
yeah.
a video excerpt I posted on my Instagram actually, where I was talking about looking at yourself in the mirror. You probably saw
Hmm.
that one, and that got, I think, 9 cents, like 9 or 15 or something like that. And I thought to myself, so basically, if you're controversial, your shit gets your shit just gets shared around. That's something I've learned through.
That's exactly how social media platforms should be used, because it's all about shareability as well. People want to share these posts with their friends. And one thing I would say as well that can be good for if you want quality as well is having something that's quite like humorous as well.
Of course.
It's humor works a lot. Like, you put something funny, people laugh, they share it with their friends, and they might save it. So you definitely want to try experiment a small bit with humor as well.
That's definitely something I need to add, because right now, bro, my content isn't varied enough. That's why I'm starting podcasting, right? Because I think that's a good start.
It's not bad at all from what I'm seeing.
You think?
Don't take offense, bro. It's not bad at all.
What do you mean?
I like when I was seeing your calisthenic stuff,
Mm.
like obviously not everybody can do it, like.
But I don't think it's
And
varied
even
enough. I mean,
your pictures as well,
they're the
like
same.
they seem to be quite good, positive.
Positive, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean,
People like to see positivity.
I know, but bro,
Yeah.
what is kind of weird is that for some reason I can post the same thing and it will get the similar amount of likes. Do you know what I mean? If I post
Hmm.
2 body photos where you'll see like a slight evolution because it's only been like a week or a couple of days, it will get the same amount of likes as something else, which is a bit strange. Don't
Hmm.
you think? It's like
Yeah.
the same photo, more or
It's
less.
hard. It's hard to understand the analytics at times.
Yeah,
Sometimes even worse posts can do better than your good posts. Like, it can happen sometimes, like,
but I
because it
think don't
depends on what
obsess.
time like your viewers are actually they're most active. Let's say you could post at one time and they're just like extremely active, so you could be getting like a boost for the first like half an hour to an hour of your post, and like the first half an hour to an hour is actually like the most beneficial. That's really where you want to be getting the most engagement, because that's when Instagram are actually going to be able to detect that type of behavior.
Yeah.
And if they see there's like so much engagement between the first half an hour to an hour, they're probably going to rank it on the explore page, and then there are going to be more viewers to actually see your stuff.
So here's something, right, that might actually help you out, because this was something I was doing when I had a meme page. You can do it. You may choose not to. It's not exactly the best strategy, right? But what you can do, and this sounds like a lonely man strategy, right? Because it literally it is a lonely man strategy. But what you can do is you can create multiple accounts, right? So bot accounts,
Oh
tons of
yeah.
bot accounts, spam the comments, and then save your post 10 times with 10 different accounts. Story share your post 10 times, and comment 5 times for each account. That's 50 comments. 10
Well, I suppose,
story
yeah.
shares and 10 saves. That's interaction.
That's interesting. Like, if you watch videos on YouTube, they might not say them stuff, but sometimes you can come up with stuff yourself.
Exactly.
Like I've came up with a few stuff myself, But like you're saying there, that might actually be an effective way because you're going to be using those accounts anyway. So it's not
Well,
going to be like,
not even like these can be bot
not
accounts.
like you're using it, but maybe if you feel you need like the boost, you might quickly log in and then do the saving and the sharing or whatever.
You don't need to
But
comment.
like,
That's the thing. You don't need to comment. You can just
yeah,
do a bunch of saves and a bunch of shares. No one will see the
yeah,
shares
exactly,
because that account has no followers, and
exactly.
so it's free engagement more or less without
Mhm.
the
Because what
spammy bot look. You don't want that.
because like once you have access to it, sure, you're going to be able to do it whenever you want. Whereas if it was, those like real bots and fake followers, they might do it the first time and then
Yeah,
they disappear then, like,
bro,
and that's
I
just,
get that. I mean, on my meme
yeah,
account, I think you start attracting bots with the wrong type of engagement as well. That's something you need
yeah,
to be careful of.
like bots just don't really help. You have to be
Careful
careful.
in. And it's quite easy to
Like,
get them actually, to get bots
mhm,
interested in your posts. Because if they see, I don't know, I think they pick it up. If they see a lot of bot engagement, then there'll be more bots attracted to your post, which is a bit strange, but I think
yeah,
that's the way it
exactly.
works.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that's all. To be honest, that's all I have. What do
Yeah,
you think? You've been a good
yeah, that's
guest.
cool, man.
Been a good guest, my dude.
Thank you, man. Pleasure.
No worries, no worries.